Oh, I've noticed. Ever since I first slipped into my camp garments, I should think.
Como supo.
So, we should divvy up what we tell people about what we've been doing these past few months. I'd hate to be a bore that comes along and regurgitates the same story to someone moments after you've told them. Any ideas?
Ay, la amo, es medio-
Well, there's the visit to the House of the Moon, fending off Sharan assassins. That stray imp that joined us. Bing Bong, wasn't it? We've squeezed in a lot,
Ay, nena. Mi mujer,
and I'm
ella es
glad
mi
I got to
mujer.
share it all with you. I'm sure we'll have them hanging off our every word. I'll leave you to do some mingling, unless you need anything else.
Un poquito, quiero que-
That can be arranged.
Por favor, un beso no bugueado. Ay, no, sí va a estar bugueado. ¡No! Está bien. Son de gustos particulares. Sí.
Almost a shame we're with company. I'd be tempted to let you whisk me away someplace quiet. Why? Are you expecting to be gone for long? All right.
No, yo sé que ella huele muy bonito. Como a lavanda.
I could get lost in those arms. With music in the air and wine flowing, I think I'll manage. Don't get into trouble, but if you must, fetch me first.
Oh, at what cost?
Ay, no, de verdad. Esta mujer pues, me trae muy, muy loca, de verdad. Pero me trae mal. Esta mujer no puede ser, de verdad. Ay, Jesucristo, vaya.
Se quitó las zapatillas, están acá para entrar al agua tantito. Y acá están las zapatillas.
¿Qué?
Shadowheart se metió al agua un rato hace rato.
Ah.
¿Viste? Y quitó las zapatillas aquí.
Ay, joder,
Esas zapatillas
no tanto, de verdad, mi mujer.
Yo creo que la haré con Minsk ahorita.
Boo!
Ay,
We are not dreaming. It is our old friend. Oh, and it is good to be seen.
me cago
Oh,
en ese
after
pelo.
so many days down in the dark, Minsk began to wonder if he was some blind bug who had only dreamed himself to be large and bulksome. You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the Dusty One to open a portal to our very cell. Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover. Minsk and Boo have been helping, of course. We guard the streets, while Jahira is occupied with Harperish matters.
Tenían de la
His
cárcel.
Entarum rule the city's underbelly, so Minsk and Boo went to give them a tickle. There were harsh words, battle cries, some manner of head wound. We awoke in a Zentish cell, awaiting trial by noble combat. Execution, says Boo, though I am not sure of the difference. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still has his fists, no?
Ay, mucho. De que tuvo que adelantar la reunión porque iban a matar.
She told Minsk and Boo to behave themselves, which is why we shall be back in our cell by dawn. But leave such matters for the morn. Tonight is for celebration and the telling of tales.
Ay, estoy...
How have you filled your days since we tore the sticky tyrant from the sky? Aha, the lovebirds still nest together then? Minsk is glad. For what is
Te quiero
life
mucho,
without a
Lili.
companion?
Yo no desearía muy
Though I
veces
am
con Carla.
thinking yours
Sí.
does not sit on your shoulders, eh? Ah, you are right, Boo. That is none of Minsk's business. There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Go and greet the others. Minsk shall make himself presentable. Ah, this pond shall do nicely, Boo. Though I see no soap. So you shall have to blow the bubbles for me.
Tu hamster.
No, es nuevo.
¿Y a Jairo le quieres hablar?
Well, now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to.
Me gusta mucho el tatuaje de la espada.
Está muy lindo.
Ah, how nice to be understood again. I have spent the past months bickering with builders and bankers, all to restore the city exactly as it was. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers, same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon, same cisterns overflowing, huh?
Es que era hacer un... Yo con Ciudad de México es un desastre, pero es nuestro desastre. No le cambiaría nada.
Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three. But nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two, if they don't expel her. Again. Ah, yes. Forgive me. There wasn't much time to offer hospitality with an elder brain looming over the city. They ask about you, of course. But I keep them a little too busy for stories. Ah, there is still much to do. People to house. A Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city. But so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you.
Ah,
Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs. I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
¿A ti te gusta Yesira también?
sí, está muy linda.
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage.
Yo pensé que te gustaba mucho porque
Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for
Mucho ella.
supplies when he could source these?
Ay, eso es por el
I
pinche
remember
precio.
one evening when we had to eat 14 apples. Sorry, fish head.
It's a
You would
refund.
think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more. We have all pined for each other's company, I sense. I cannot imagine otherwise after what we shared. That bond was forged in a crucible that can never be stoked again, Oak Father willing. It is a bond that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can. for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
Ah, está muy tierno bastante.
Sí.
I always do. Should I ever decline, assume a doppelganger has taken my place.
Qué lindo el cabello de Toño.
No manches, se sintió su corazón. ¿Te lo sentiste?
No,
Sí,
That was more than worth the wait. Apologies. You can probably understand my eagerness. I shall be as gentle as a feather next time. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing. In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony, stronger together. In a manner of speaking, yes. Though it is a more complex, evolving beast than I could ever have anticipated. True balance is no simple, fixed thing. I see that now. We welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos. It thrives in ways I could never have dreamed of. You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see, my charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall.
6 meses.
They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake.
Pues dice que le pedían cuentos para mí, le decían papá. ¿Será que se volvió conejo y por eso se reprodujo así?
I am all ears, though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
Ponerle algo de sal.
I am glad you have kept yourself occupied. No doubt I'll be able to spin a few yarns for the children from this. Thank you. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else.
Ay, no. para un abrazo, ¿sabes?
Sí.
Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers. They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten.
Siento que se quedan.
I can see it in the land all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods, as far as I'm concerned. On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence.
Ay, pobre, de verdad.
As did I, but somehow I feel like I no longer need to roam. That I have found something worthy laying roots for. Amazing what can be discovered about oneself, even at a ripe old age. I spend half my days in ursine form. The children demand it. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago. I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oakfather's creations. But they must learn that not all are as amiable as I am. A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy. As for roaming, that impulse has dwindled, I must admit. Perhaps because I have found where I am meant to be. Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this. Ducks are my favorite, but I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons.
Sí.
Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
Qué pena.
No, it's wooden. I suppose it burns if you find yourself in dire need of kindling, but I hope it does not come to that. Just a token to remember me by. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on. Enjoy the festivities. We can speak again later.
Espero no haberlo ofendido.
Sí, voy a hablar con Will.
My love. Oh, gods. I smell like a 70-year-old cinder. Withers yanked me from Avernus with my blade halfway through a Cambion's belly without so much as a chance at washing up. And from the smell of it, you're in the same condition. By the 9 hells, think of the stories we could tell. The demons we've disintegrated, the devilkin we've bled. You must have a favorite, yeah? A fight you still savor.
Una vorágine.
Es que ofendí al Pilín.
No, me
Ajá. Porque me dijo como, "Osh, no, obvio no sé nada.
No.
Ese sí está feliz.
Sí, hijo. Ay, Otoño, tú siempre tan incurrente.
Está bien, ¿ok? Tú no te puedes llorar.
You were amazing. When it was over, all that remained was a pair of paltry wings atop a pile of viscera. The hells fear your name, and the Sword Coast hails it. My lover, my legend. Ah, But we should get back to the celebration. Unless there's something on your mind. He's doing well. The rebuilding of Baldur's Gate continues apace. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last Fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the Fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart. I'd fall on my own blade and join the blood war in an instant should she put you or the Sword Coast in danger. Mazora wouldn't dare risk it as long as I'm more valuable as a warlock. Every target she set me on's been a demonic intruder, Tanari assassins who slip into Avernus, armor knights that amass near the sticks. My next mark's the most challenging yet, or so she says. I don't know much more, only that it's no demon, but a devil. She's playing a game. I just don't know what it is, or how she plans to win. Go on, my treasure. The night's young. You shouldn't waste a moment of it. Or waste a single drop of wine, for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oops, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
The day I pray to you, Gale, is the day up is down, left is right, and present's
Caray.
Ah, 3.
Tenemos a mí.
¿Te podemos ver ya la última cinemática?
¿Ya es la última?
Pues sí, ya es la última misión.
No sé si tiene mucho.
Pues parece que no.
¿Ya hablamos con todos?
Sí.
¿Segura? Ah, pinche bolo.
Pinche bolo.
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed. Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post. Oh, I wouldn't bother you with such things during a party. And anyway, I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think? Oh, that would be telling, wouldn't it? But believe you me, my friend, not a word could have been written without you. Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you. Hmm? Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
El bolo.
Chinga tu madre,
¿Te
chinga.
puedo hablar?
Sí, no sé dónde, dame un segundo.
Ah, donde editamos nuestras caras.
Bolo, chinga a tu madre.
No se modeló, parece que ya.
A tu madre. Ay, qué bonito tienes aquí, Musque, está bien precioso este lugar también. Ay, 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 qué bonito, bonito.
¿Le puedo hablar yo cuando
infame, tú, estoy viendo nomás aquí, a ver, aquí sale el monstruo, aquí duerme, qué bonito, qué bonito.
Está para el elixir de cultivo arcano.
Nos encontramos con elfos, ¿o sí? ¿Yajaira es elfo?
Sí, ahí, ahí.
Ah, no les mates. Ahorita estoy breve.
This one night is like any other, and yet different.
Déjame.
Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel? I am pleased to hear it. The satisfaction of one's intention is, to my surprise, a rare accomplishment. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much. What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen.
Sí. Bueno, todos los que estaban en la fiesta. Hasta rasca.
The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you,